You guys can wave. Okay, so today I'm going to be speaking to you about obsessive compulsive disorder, otherwise known as OCD. Take a look at this picture. This picture became very popular 2 weeks ago in the internet. Can you find it? Can you see it? I don't want you to tell me now. I want you to find it and see. It's a cell phone and it's there. I promise you it's there. But as we see this, I want you to look and see, okay, so what is it? People with OCD will be able to find it right away. Other people won't. And the reason is because of the same thing. So today I will be talking to you about OCD. What is OCD? What OCD is not, and the history of OCD. Is it on the rise or what's going on? So, what is OCD? Fear, doubt, and worries are all normal. As human beings, we always worry about things. And it's not OCD. We always worry about, like, did I forget to lock my car? Did I forget to turn off the stove? Yes, it's okay and it's normal, but it's not what it is. What OCD is, it starts with obsession. Obsessions are a reoccurring, persistent thought, impulsive, or image, according to the Beyond OCD webpage. And compulsion is a repetitive behavior that a person feels driven to perform in response to an obsession or according to rules that must be applied rigidly. So, an example of a person with OCD will be somebody that washes their hands constantly because of fear, because they're going to be contaminated by I don't know what. But this is the obsession of being fearful, and so the compulsion, the reaction that they have is they must wash their hands at all times. I don't know if you've seen American Idol, and Howie, I believe that's his name, he has OCD. So he does not shake people's hands because of his fear to be contaminated by somebody else. So he just goes pound because of the same thing, right? So he has OCD. I know there are probably many people that have OCD, and OCD is something that a lot of people struggle with. It could be, once it's diagnosed, this kind of thoughts that come through their minds, it's like if they take up most of their day, so they're like stressed, they're anxious. OCD is one of the five anxiety disorders in people. What OCD is not, and that's what it is. A lot of people, magazines, media, and other people do different things. Magazines have the wrong definition of OCD. Magazines tell you, oh yeah, that stalker, he's obsessed with you. That's not actually the obsession that we're talking about here in OCD. The media, it's like when they tell you, oh yeah, hoarders, because they like to collect things and they like to do things. That is not OCD. OCD is more of that compulsion and that obsession of having to turn something on. Like, let's say you went to the store and you forgot, or you're thinking, wait, did I turn off the stove? And did I turn off the stove? So you come and check like a couple of times before you even try to go somewhere, and feeling that anxiety inside of you. So it disturbs all the time. Those are two examples of OCD and what is not. The history of OCD. OCD has been around for decades. The only thing is that people never wanted to come up and say, hey, I have a mental disorder, because people didn't want to be pointed out, or they didn't want to be the central thing of gossip, because, I don't know, why would you want to be the center of attention, right, if it's for nothing good? And so like people were underrepresented or undercounted. It was in a formal count. So people were embarrassed about having OCD, or even in the family, and so that's why the history of OCD, it goes back in the day, but it's not really. A lot of people nowadays are looking for more help, asking for that help, that question, how do I go about this? There is not really there is not an actual how do I want to say this? There's not an actual medicine to cure this. All you do is therapy that can help you ease the pain, because with OCD people tend to get really anxious, very stressed about things, and so that's what happens with OCD. Does it affect everyone? When I was doing my research and thinking about OCD, I was like, whoa, there is no barriers. It's the top 20 cause in mental disorder worldwide, and it affects people between the ages 15 and 44. Although it is diagnosed with children, but it is a little bit harder because of the way they're behaving and how they're growing up, the way they communicate with adults, and so it's really hard to diagnose it in the children. But 1.2% of the population in the U.S. has OCD, which is 1 in 40 adults, and then it was 1 in 100 children, according to the Beyond OCD webpage. So that's very interesting, to be looking at these numbers and saying, well, why is it why are they so high, these numbers, and saying like, well, why didn't anybody do anything about it? Even physicians back in the day didn't know. And up to today, some of the web pages that I did my research on say, well, there's still nothing. It's not, they're not sure how OCD is, or if you just get it because it's not like it's contagious. It's not. It's something that either runs in your family, and if you have like an accident, something massive that causes this to trigger, it'll go. So it's not something that you can avoid or cannot avoid. It's just there, and if you come with it, you'll be able to get help if you ask for it. So what I was thinking, it's like, and going back to the picture, were you able to find it? There's people that are bothered, and it's not only about hand washing. It's about like the way furniture is arranged. That could even be a problem for people. It's not only it just has to be that perfect feeling, or that, okay, I feel good. But sometimes OCD can be so hard on people that they don't really tend to do what they feel like. So it's just a lot of stress that causes them to be able to do. So as you're taking a good look at the picture, were you able to find where the phone is? Were you able to tell me, well, here it is, Miriam, and this is where I want to tell you what it is? Before I give you the answer to the questions, remember that some people are affected by OCD. Everything has to be perfect. Everything has to be a certain way, and it can be mistaken by being a perfectionist, but it's not. Is that when you feel that anxiety where to find this picture? I thought when I found it, I was like, well, somebody's lying to me because I can't find the phone. But if you were to have OCD, this would really bother you because you're trying it, because there's a part on this carpet where it's not perfect, where it's not where you wanted it to be. So in conclusion, a person with OCD would really struggle watching this. And so for that reason, I'm going to tell you where it is. If you can't see, if you take a guess, you kind of would know where it is. It took me like 10 minutes to find it, but here it is. It's right here. If you look, it doesn't look the same. It's right there. You can see the camera, but that's how it is. I would like to thank you for your time, and I hope you learned something about OCD. Thank you.